Hernando Cortez was a Spanish explorer born in 1485. He studied law at age 14, but he quit school and was recruited to sail to the New World to find gold, silver, and land for Spain. He was only one of the many sailors who went out to sea to look for riches. When he landed, he discovered the Aztecs had already been living on the land, and they had countless jewels and treasure. Cortez led an army to attack the Aztecs, and he captured their leader, Montezuma, for a huge ransom in return. After Montezuma was released, Cortez conquered the Aztecs' land, Mexico, for Spain. Hernando Cortez was mostly motivated by building Spain and conquer land. He stole riches and gold from many Aztecs and took over Mexico for Spain. He wanted to help Spain become the most powerful empire, and he succeeded in doing so. He also wanted to be the first to discover new places in the New World, so he could take them over first. Hernando Cortez started his expedition in Santiago, Cuba. He sailed southwest from the land and turned slightly north before going west. He then sailed up northwest and landed in the coast of Yucatan. Sailing northwest from Yucatan, he passed Villa Rica Veraz. Going on southwest, he finally headed fully west to Tenochtitlan, landing in Veracruz, Mexico in 1519. Even though Hernando Cortez's trip was considered successful, there are still many obstacles to face. The smallpox virus was brought onto board and unknown until a serious case of it broke out, infecting many sailors and making them too sick to work on the ship. The Spanish government also sponsored Cortez's crew with food and water, but even this was not enough for all the sailors on board. Starvation and dehydration were serious problems, and many sailors were not well nourished, leading to scurvy and other sicknesses from the lack of vitamins. The food had to be preserved, and fresh water was rarely found on the ship. The crew was resorted to eating dried tack crackers, dried fish, beans, and nuts. Many members of the crew were vulnerable to Aztecs because they didn't have good armor or skills. Cortez was also afraid that the Aztecs would drive him back to Spain. Nevertheless, Cortez and his crew made it to Mexico. Cortez explored many lands that were untouched by Europeans and claimed them for Spain. He also cleared a safe path for future explorers. However, the most important thing he did was to conquer New Spain, which became a powerful and large colony. Hernando Cortez's trip was very successful because of the large amount of riches he bought for Spain and the land he conquered. Overall, Hernando Cortez was a very successful explorer who conquered many lands and treasures for his country.